Okay, I'm gonna be shooting the video outside. It's pretty bright and lovely. So enjoying a little bit of the sun. Through that little gap is a little boat in the River Thames. But yeah, so I'm gonna shoot it on the balcony. Okay, hi guys. As I said, I'm shooting this video outside on the balcony. It's pretty sunny. Um, but I think I prefer it outside, the nice natural air flowing, bit of sound of the plane and stuff. But anyway, let me just get started. So I decided to make this video because I love languages and I love learning different languages from different countries, and I thought it would have been really nice to just get a few tips as how to learn a language quickly as possible. So the way I learn most languages is pretty simple. For the first thing I do is I watch loads of television. So I learned English. Yes, in South Africa, English is one of the official languages. It's taught in many schools, either as a first language or as a second language, or sometimes you can take it as a third language if you want. But growing up, obviously at home, my parents are not English, so they won't be speaking English at home. So just watching Disney, I just picked up English quite quickly. So before I was probably 7, 8, I already knew how to speak English before actually going to school and being taught English officially. So yeah, my recommendation is you want to learn a language, just listen to programs or watch shows in that language. So it familiarizes you with the language and you pick up basic things quite quickly. Hello, goodbye, how are you? How much is this? Simple basic terms, you can pick them up quite quickly just watching TV. The second one is get yourself a friend who actually knows that language. So for instance, I was learning Korean through obviously watching Korean drama, but then I ended up, because I'm so interested in Korean, kept saying Korea, Korea, Korea. All my other friends who knew people who were Korean introduced me to Korean people, and then I had somebody with which I could practice. Because it's one thing to learn and say a few words, but in order for you to remember it, it's best to be practicing and actually speaking that language. So yes, my friends introduced me to a Korean friend, and I was practicing my Korean with them. Another thing that you can do to learn a language is, I had to write these things down. Oh yes, get yourself some books, or get somebody to get you some books. Like I said, I have my Korean friend, so he then got me this book. It basically says Korean Made Easy. It's a simple book, you can use it yourself. It teaches you all the grammar, vocabulary, basically how to read, write a language. So you can get these, I think, in various different languages. And because I'm interested in the culture as well, he got me one of these. It just gives you the basic understanding of how Koreans think and what they're like and their culture, things to do and not to do type of thing. Another language that I am interested in learning. I haven't learned Spanish yet. So you can get these Berlitz discs. So especially if you're going somewhere for a very short time, you get yourself one of these, basically basic lingo of whatever language it is, and then you can play. There's a CD inside, as well as a little phrase book. These were pretty cheap, I think they were under £5, and I got one in Italian as well. And obviously I have an Italian friend, and I have a friend who speaks Spanish as well. So yes, I didn't get my friends just to learn the languages, they were my friends. But what I'm saying is, when I actually start learning these languages, I have people with which I can then go and practice. And the fourth thing, if you are really serious and you really want to, be conversing with people, there's loads of different groups that you can join, which are kind of like language exchange programs. So I know my friend introduced me to one in England, and we used to go. So she's learning Arabic and I was learning Korean. So you could go there and there are people there who are either, they're learning an opposite language to the one that you speak. So you go to those kind of places and you get to converse with other people and you learn to practice that way if your friend is unavailable. And a final thing that I think is pretty good in terms of learning a language, if you're really serious and you really want to be fluent, as if you want to use that language on your CV or resume, you know, then get official lessons. Like sign up to, I mean, not every language is taught at unis or colleges, but some languages, like you can actually sign up and you get a legit certificate saying that you're proficient in that language. I mean, things like Italian and Spanish, I think Russian, German, French, they're pretty popular. Even Mandarin, and I think Cantonese as well. Japanese, you can get like official lessons. I mean, when I tried to learn Korean, I couldn't get an official lesson because no one offered a proper Korean lesson. But what I did is, through university, I joined the Korean Society, and then through us being foreigners in the society, you know, like saying we want to learn Korean, they decided to actually start teaching Korean. So yeah, the fee wasn't that much, because obviously the person who's teaching you is another student who's just fluent in Korean, and obviously then you end up having extra books that they know about. And yeah, and through going and interacting with the people, you get to practice, you get to learn. And another thing, which is not on my list but I just thought of, is if you're really serious, if you is at all possible, go do like a short placement in that country, or you know, like a 4-month or 6-month placement in that country, so that you're actually surrounded by people who are constantly speaking that language. So it forces you to just learn the language even faster, even quicker, because you're constantly being spoken to in that language. So you have to learn the language. If not, you can't pretty much function. Yes, most countries speak English, but I think it's very not only just for your, you know, career, but for fun, and also just as you're a traveler, you're an explorer. Sometimes, you know, you don't get the feel of a place if you're so formal. Like for instance, when I was in Korea, if I said to somebody hello, they already had, if they don't have like, you know, fluent English, they're already like, oh my goodness, how am I gonna speak to this person? Oh, like I don't know English. They're already like panicking, thinking, oh my god, whatever she asks me, I can't answer her because I can't speak English. And I'm like, yeah, technically you don't have to speak English because it's Korea, so I'm the one who's supposed to speak Korean because I've come to your neighborhood, to your country. So, you know, sometimes it's just, in my opinion, it's etiquette, it's manners to learn the basic things in that language, so that when you go to that country, whether you're dealing with the bus driver or the lady at the corner shop, or you know, you're going to the supermarket and you want to you know, buy something. I remember we needed a plunger, yes, a toilet plunger, and I was in Korea and I went to the supermarket and I got there and I was like, oh my goodness, I did not Google the word plunger. I have no idea how to say that word. So I was like, wait, Korean thingies, I've watched so many Korean dramas, there must be a word that I can use. So because the lady, I was trying to say it in Korean, she was more willing to help me, because she could see that I was actually attempting, I was actually trying to actually speak in her mother tongue. I wasn't expecting or like imposing, like, no, you gotta speak in my language, you gotta speak in English, you just have to be, you know, international. No, because it's, you know, it's their home country, you know. They should be allowed the freedom to speak their language in their own countries, whether it's France or Italy or, you know, an African country or whatever country it is. They should be allowed their own native languages, so we shouldn't be imposing. So I think it's etiquette to learn basic terms before you go to the country. As well, it makes it funner because it means I could speak to like the old folks in Korea who don't know English, because, you know, it's only now that most Koreans are picking up English. Anyways, like most people, they didn't need it. So it's like, why learn a language that you're not gonna use? So speaking to the old people, because I understood basic Korean, they appreciated that. So they went the extra mile. They helped me out even more just because I understood, you know, basic Korean, and I had the basic etiquette. Like, you know, you gotta bow. You always gotta do your bows. And I think the funnest conversation I had was with this old guy. I was up on the mountain and he was going up while I was going down. So I was like, you know, hello, and he was like, hello. So we passed, and then I decided on my way down to take a break, and I was reading a book. And on his way down, he was like, "Oh, hi, what book are you reading?" And this is like in fluent Korean at this point. He's just speaking Korean because he doesn't know English. So I'm like, how do I explain this book is in English? So all I can say is that, oh, it's an English book, in basic Korean. And then he was like, oh, cool, like, I don't know anything about English, like, and he started telling me the basic history of Korea. And I could understand. Obviously, I couldn't translate word for word, but I could understand the general gist of what he was saying because I took the time to learn the basic Korean. Well, I watch too many Korean dramas, but my whole point is learning languages, not only is it fun, it's also useful, and it also gives you an intimacy with the people of that country that you wouldn't necessarily have if you're, just going there and only speaking. English is an international language, but then not everybody in other countries speaks English, so there's a limit to how intimate you can get to the, keep saying people are natives, but what I mean is people who are born bred in that country and don't know any other languages apart from their own native mother tongue, whatever you want to call it. So I think it's definitely worth having a few extra languages, packed away somewhere. Obviously you can't learn each and every single language that it's there because the world is big, but I think wherever you're going, learn the basic hello, thank you, please, how much is this, what else is a basic phrase? Well, I don't know, there are loads, but the whole point of it is, watch loads of TV, get yourself a friend, do the whole language exchange thing, get yourself some books, get yourself some CDs, get yourself enrolled in a proper language center and learn the language. So, I think languages just open doors, whether it's professional or just for fun and for learning something outside the box. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vid. Like, subscribe, whatever you want to do, carry on. Cheers. Annyeong.